Welcome to this interactive explainer. If you're ready for a fun, gamified masterclass on foundational grammar rules, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a look at a textbook lesson on the grammar of nouns. But look, we aren't just going to read it. We're going to break it down, look at actual student answers, and play through it like a game. So, let's master the art of identifying common and proper names. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. We're going to start with Meet the Nouns, hit the capital letter rule, jump into some Spot the Difference training rounds, and then tackle upgrading your sentences. And hey, definitely stick around for our boss-level challenge at the end, Santa's matching gifts. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Meet the Nouns, our building blocks. Before we can really play the game, we gotta know the pieces on the board, right? So let's set up the basic definitions. First up, the common noun. The textbook defines these as names given to people, places, animals, birds, or things in general. Think of these as your broad, everyday categories. You know, when you use words like father, bird, or city, you're casting a really wide net. You aren't pointing to anyone or anything specific. You're just naming the general type of thing you're talking about.
But what happens when we want to get specific? Well, that is exactly where proper nouns come in. They act as the specific solutions to those general common nouns. For instance, if your general common noun is boy, the specific proper noun is Kishore. If your common noun is city, the specific proper noun is Agra. And if your common noun is monument, the proper noun becomes the Taj Mahal. See, they give a very precise identity to the general category.
Moving right along to Section 2, the capital letter rule, which is basically the golden rule here. Now that we know what these words do, we need to know how to spot them out in the wild. And that brings us to the absolutely most critical mechanic of this whole system. Here is the crucial point, so listen up. Proper nouns always begin with a capital letter. Seriously, I want you to burn this rule into your memory because this visual cue is literally your ultimate cheat code for the upcoming exercises. If it names a specific person, place, or thing, it gets a capital letter. No exceptions whatsoever. And this brilliantly illustrates how far that rule actually goes. I kind of like to think of capital letters as crowns. Just like in the text for the Indian Ocean or the United Kingdom, when a proper noun is made up of more than one word, every single word gets to wear that crown. The I in Indian and the O in ocean, both are capitalized because together they form one specific proper name. It's the whole shebang.
Welcome to Section 3, Spot the Difference, our training rounds. It's time to take everything we just learned and actually put it to the test. We're going to look at some real exercises pulled straight from the student exercise book. Let's see if you can beat the test.
Okay, here's your first challenge. Take a look at this list of words. Ant, Anand, apple, aeroplane, America. Based on our golden rule, which of these words are the proper nouns? I'll give you a quick second to apply that cheat code.
If you spotted Anand and America, massive congratulations. You successfully hunted down those capital A's. Anand is a specific person, and America is a specific place. The source material is actually full of great grouping exercises just like this. For example, in other lists, students use the exact same rule to spot Bharat among a bunch of B words, Canada hidden in the C's, Delhi and Daljit in the D's, and Easter and Emma among the E's. Pretty neat, right? Let's flip the script to keep you on your toes. Take this new list: Fatima, father, fox, France, feast. This time around, can you identify the common nouns? Remember, we're looking for the general, everyday categories now.
The answers are father, fox, and feast. Notice how they're all lowercase. Fatima and France are specific names with capital letters, so we filter those out immediately. The textbook reinforces this pattern over and over. Once you get the hang of it, you can just rapidly fire off answers. Like in a list of G words, the common nouns are guava, goat, and game. In a list of H words, they're hat, honey, and hair.
Now, what's really interesting here is looking at how a real student filled out this sorting table. They had to organize a word bank into common and proper columns. And honestly, they did a great job. But if you look closely, you'll see some adorable spelling errors straight from the source material. Look at the common noun column. They spelled pocket as poket. Close enough. And over in the proper noun column, they correctly identified February as a specific month, but they accidentally wrote it with a lowercase f, completely breaking our golden rule. It's a really great reminder of why practicing that capital letter rule is just absolutely crucial.
All right, moving into Section 4, upgrading your sentences, the next level. Let's see how this builds into something a bit more complex. We're graduating from sorting single words. Now we're going to look at exercise F, which is all about completely transforming full sentences.
Let's walk through this step-by-step transformation. Step 1 is the original sentence. My brother is studying in a foreign country. Now, it's grammatically correct, sure, but it's kind of vague, right? So in step 2, we swap out those common nouns for proper nouns. My brother becomes the specific Arjun, and foreign country becomes Germany. Suddenly, Arjun is studying in Germany is a vastly more informational sentence simply by upgrading to proper nouns. It's a real game changer. Here's another direct upgrade from the source. The vague sentence, I enjoy going to my hometown, gets upgraded to, I enjoy going to Solapur. The common noun, hometown, is entirely replaced by the proper noun, Solapur. The textbook also shows a fun example where the general common noun, film, is upgraded to the specific movie title, Luca. But, writing out full sentences can be a little tricky. Think about this example. The original sentence was about celebrating a birthday in the 3rd month. The student upgraded it to, Ayushri celebrates her birthday March. It's a great attempt, and they absolutely nailed the capitalization for Ayushri and March. But do you notice a funny little missing word? Actually, scratch that, a pretty important missing word. They completely dropped the word in before March. Still, an absolutely fantastic job applying the noun rules.
And finally, we arrive at Section 5, Santa's matching gifts, our boss level. You've trained on the definitions, you've mastered the golden rule, and you've upgraded full sentences. Now it's time for the final logic-based challenge of our explainer. Let's look at exercise G, Santa's highly specific gift bag. Okay, so here are the mechanics of this puzzle. Santa has a very specific rule for handing out presents. Each child gets a gift starting with the exact same first letter as their name. Grammatically speaking, we have to match the capitalized first letter of the kid's proper name to the lowercase first letter of the common noun gift. Let's see how this all plays out. Boom! Here are the satisfying solutions to the logic puzzle. Look at how perfectly these letters match up across the board. Capital A, Anush, gets the lowercase a, aeroplane. Capital D, Dina, gets a doll. Prem gets pens, Charlie gets chocolates, Flora gets a frock, Tahir gets a train, Hitesh gets a hat, and Bina gets books. It is incredibly satisfying to see the proper and common nouns line up side by side like this, isn't it? Which brings us to the end of our grammar masterclass, but it leaves me with one final question for you. Think about your own first name. Based on Santa's highly specific matching initial rule we just learned, what common noun gift would you pull from the bag? Apply the grammar logic, figure out your perfectly matched item, and hey, keep that golden capitalization rule in your back pocket for next time.